Welcome. May the blessings be. May the light always engender the light, eternally the light. Thank you for joining me for today's capsule. Before we begin, I would like to emphasize that the following video podcast is a translation of Master El Mancio Godson's teachings on forgiveness. I will adopt the first person perspective and voice. Are you ready for a very moving dive down the rabbit hole called forgiveness? Oh, Master, speak to us of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a universal energy. It is a universal energy that is impersonal and non dependent. When you want to really live or experience the energy of forgiveness, you must understand how forgiveness works. Otherwise, you will never feel the bliss of the energy of forgiveness. Forgiveness is the vehicle that love uses to disperse or spread out. I would even say forgiveness is the energy or sacred vessel that love uses to permeate and saturate every corner of life. In fact, forgiveness is the very force that love moves through to spread out and manifest its boundless creations. For love serves as the foundation and bedrock upon which all exists. If there's one thing you must understand, it is that forgiveness is unaffected by circumstances and extends beyond all limitations. Forgiveness does not need or await wrongdoing or transgression to be committed before it manifests itself. Forgiveness is anterior or exists before a transgression and posterior to or after a transgression, while also being transversal to that transgression or offense. Forgiveness knows no bounds of fault or wrongdoing. It therefore goes without saying that forgiveness is not an energy that is dependent on misdeeds or infractions. Otherwise, forgiveness would be limited and life's power would be confined and hindered from birthing or creating its infinite tapestries of wonders. If life creates an infinity of things, and if life continues despite us, it goes without saying that forgiveness is precisely non dependent, that forgiveness is impersonal, that forgiveness does not depend on specific faults or actions committed. Here is the absolute truth that will set you free from the inability to forgive. Listen very carefully. You have no control over forgiveness. Forgiveness cannot and does not belong to you. You have no control or influence over it. You have to understand this as a foundational base. Forgiveness does not depend on a fault committed against you or a fault that you have committed. In reality, no influence can be put on forgiveness. You have no effect on forgiveness. So you can think or say, oh, I have the power to forgive or not to forgive. Attempting to claim power over forgiveness would be arrogance. Let the energy of forgiveness flow through you because that is how life flows through you. Because even if you refuse to forgive, you will not stop the energy of forgiveness because it will continue to spread and permeate all aspects of life all around you, regardless of whether an individual chooses to forgive or not forgive. Forgiveness flows inside the heart of your pseudo enemy, if you were to have one, and yet it would be, will be, or maybe is only you who is refusing to forgive, taking yourself down the road to your own personal unhappiness. In essence, forgiveness exists as a fundamental aspect of life itself. So please stop trying to make forgiveness dependent on your fault. Forgiveness exists independent of any specific fault or wrongdoing. It is a force or energy that permeates life and is constantly present. Forgiveness is and shall forever be. Liberate your heart. Allow your heart to open to the energy of forgiveness simply by understanding that you have no control over it. Forgiveness is the energy that life uses to disseminate or spread out. Instead of waiting for a fault to occur and then seeking forgiveness or needing to forgive, you can live the experience of forgiveness in your daily life. This means forgiving everything around you, including yourself, without attaching it to any particular fault. Life is everywhere. It is unlimited. It is infinite, pure, perfect, eternal, immortal, transcendence. Live the experience of forgiveness, which does not depend on a fault committed. So then forgive even before the fault is committed by forgiving everything around you, forgiving yourself, because if you do, it means you acknowledge the reality or truth that forgiveness is impersonal and that you have no control over it and that you cannot possess the energy of forgiveness and that your role is to let it flow through you so that life can spread through you, allowing you to proactively choose, if you choose or desire, to cultivate a sense of peace, acceptance, and harmony in your life. Let your forgiveness penetrate you and all around you continuously. May the blessings be.